What's going on, guys? Roger here at QVO Tactical. We are back out on the range for part 2 of our Sig P365 Fuse videos. We did get the gun back. We sent it out to Sig. You guys remember from the previous video, we were experiencing continual failures to feed with all 3 magazines. In addition to that, the gun got excessively hot for us. So we sent it out on a Monday. It is now 3 weeks later, and we got it back on a Monday. So gun was gone from us for exactly 3 weeks, 21 days to the day, and got a couple things to talk about. So first off, Sig reached out to me via email in regards to holsters about the Fuse, and in that email correspondence I mentioned the problems that we have with the Sig, so they wanted to get the gun back into their shop and take a look at it. They gave me a call after diagnosing the problems, and they told me that the feed ramps needed some polishing, but in addition to that I asked about the heat, and the guy on the phone, I believe his name was Mike, told me that the reasoning that they were saying was that the gun is more of a full-size gun, so people are shooting it more, and that's why it's getting hot. Respectfully, I told him that doesn't make any sense to me. It shouldn't. You know, my other 365 guns that I have don't get anywhere near this hot. You know, the best way to describe it for me was suppressor hot. Like you guys saw us pour the water and that thing was sizzling. I haven't experienced that with any of my other Sig 365 guns. So I explained that to him. He said he'd reach out to the engineer and get me, you know, another explanation, or just kind of tell me why it's heating up so quick. So got the gun back, and they put some notes in it here. I'll bring it up on the screen so you guys can see it. Gunsmith comments: firearm inspection performed, work performed, detailed the feedway. They tested the firearm passed the function test and fired without malfunction. They fired 59 rounds of Sig 115 grain FMJ, and then they noted the P365 Fuse is thinner and lighter than a full-size pistol by design. It will heat up faster as it has less mass for the heat to transfer into. So I understand that, but my issue again is it doesn't happen with my other Sig 365s. When the X Macro came out, we came out, did a full video on it, no issues. The AXG Legion, no issues. My custom, you know, tricked out Icarus Sig build that I run EDC, I don't get those heating issues. So what we decided to do today, brought out a thermometer gun for you guys, and we're gonna shoot all 3 guns and see how the heat is looking between the 3. I think it might be because of the really aggressive serrations that they put on the Sig Fuse. They're kind of deep cut, so I'm wondering if that thinner profile is why the gun is heating up so quick. But you know, Marco and I, we've been shooting for years, and I've not experienced that kind of heat transfer or gun or handgun getting that hot for us out on the range. But let's jump into that, and then also, you know, we'll test the feed ramp and see if the gun's feeding for us with all the mags. But other than that, let's jump into it. All right, guys, so we're gonna get started with the shooting and testing the difference in the heat between all 3 guns. We got all 3 models here: the Sig Fuse, AXG Legion, and a stock X Macro setup. I brought my infrared thermometer gun with us. We're gonna get a reading right now before the guns are shot. So no rounds have been put through the guns yet. They've been under shade. They've just been exposed to the sun while we're getting set up here. And let's see, I got my iPhone recording here. That way you guys can see what the thermometer readout is. I gotta put a little shade over it so I can see where the thermometer is hitting. There we go. So the Fuse is at a 109, 108, 109, 108. So 108 degrees on the Fuse. Let's go over to the AXG Legion, is at a 104.5, 103, 105. Let's go 104.5 for the Legion. And now the X Macro. The X Macro is at a 109. So we got all 3 readouts, very similar in close to proximity in each other with the temperature. And I'm just gonna shoot 6-round build drills with these guns, guys, and just kind of do readouts as we go to see what the increase is looking like per gun with each build drill that we shoot. First up, guys, I'm gonna shoot the Fuse, and yeah, I'll shoot 6 rounds, see where it's at, shoot the next one 6 rounds, shoot the next one 6 rounds, and that way we kind of get a realistic look at, like, if I come to the range, I'm pretty much running build drills. I got enough mags here that we can get, what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So 10 build drills, so 3 guns, we'll probably get 3 each there. But yeah, let's start with the Fuse. See first off if it's functioning with that feed ramp polish that they did, and then see where the heat comes from. So there's 6, and I'll take a look here. Cool, we're still at 108 right now, which is great. Let's go on to the AXG Legion. AXG Legion 108. That's great. And lastly, the stock setup now. And the stock setup is at 109. Cool. So all similar right there. Let's go ahead and run the second build drill for each gun now. As the temperatures go up, guys, I'll bring my iPhone in and look. It's just difficult to pop this out, get it all set up and going. But as the temperatures increase, I'll make sure you guys can see what I'm seeing on here. 12 rounds exactly, so here we go. Second build drill with the fuse. And where's that laser? There we go. 113.5. So what, 5 degrees? They were all at 108 before. AXG Legion, second build drill. This one's at 111. And stock setup, second build drill. Stock setup is at 113. So starting to get the increases, which is to be expected. All right, third build drill with the fuse, so 18 rounds in. Slide's a little warm. 6 rounds. Third build drill with the fuse. We are at, where's that laser at? Man, it's hard to see that. There it is. 117. Third build drill with the Legion. We are at, it's bouncing between 112 and 114. Now down. Here we go. 113.5. Stock set up next for the third round. 116.5. So 117. This one didn't go up that much, and these are kind of almost on equal par right there. So let's keep going. All right, fourth round with the fuse now. (121 degrees). Fourth round with the Legion. Come on, 112. And the stock setup now. 119. So after 4 build drills, 24 rounds in each gun, I grab my phone out here so you guys can see through the camera as I hit each one. So get a little shade on this guy so I can see where the laser's hitting. There we go. Looks like it was a 119. Oh, that's a table. Dang it. Hold on. There we go. On the gun at... Sorry guys, it's hard to get it positioned on the gun and stay looking through the phone. So at the front of the slide here, I'm at 116, 115 now. There we go, right at the front of the slide. Yep, so it's under 115 there. Going to the Legion. That one is at 105. And then the stock setup on the front there, sorry my phone's blacking out because of the sun, is at a 109. So 115 to a 109, so it's only 6 degrees hotter. We're gonna load some more mags, and then I want to get to at least like 10 build joules. That's pretty much average what I'm doing. So each gun's got 4 right now, so we need 6 more. All right, guys, so round 2 now. Instead of going individually like we did just now, I'm just gonna do 6, 6, 6, and go through all these mags until all of the guns are shot, and then come back over them, and we'll get a readout. So here's the fuse. This is build drill 5. All right, get my phone out. We'll get some readouts now. You know, it said it was not supposed to be windy today, and it is crazy wind. All right, get this recording here. Get the laser on the slide. There it is. And guys, we are at a 125.5 for the fuse. We are at a 112 for the AXG Legion, and we are at a 119.5 for the Stock X Macro. So what was this guy again? 25.5. Came down 2 degrees now. Yeah, okay, good. Let's go again. All right, guys, last and final round with doing some build drills and testing the heat differences. So 125.5 on the fuse versus the AXG Legion having a 112. That's what, 12.5 difference, or actually no, 13.5 degree difference. And I'm like, you know, I start thinking about it in my head. I'm like, 13.5 degrees, that's not a whole lot. But then I start thinking about, well, hey, how does 80 degrees outside feel versus 93.5 degrees? A lot different. How does 90 degrees feel versus 103? How does 100 degrees feel versus 113.5? You know, in our case right now, we're at like 98 degrees outside right now, and it's not too bad for us here in Vegas. But, you know, when I was first shooting these guns, it was 110 out. Like, we've been out here on the range this summer when it's been like 117 out. So, yeah, there is a significant difference with, you know, over 10 degrees when I start thinking about it in that way. So I am noticing, like, all the guns, like, I can grab them. They're all warm. The Legion's a little, not as hot, but I am noticing, like, just these serrations. We'll get B-roll here zoomed in close, but, you know, it's a lot thicker cutout here in this slide. Definitely gives the slide a thinner profile, and that might be what's causing it, but, like, it's a 13.5 degree difference right now. So I'm gonna shoot this last round of build drills. Again, just gonna burn through them and then see what the differences are, and then we'll get into final thoughts about it, and, you know, kind of tell you guys, you know, now that we got this back, what we're thinking in regards to like how this thing plays out. But here, let's do it. I believe this is, what is it, number 8, I think? I'm not sure, I lost count, but we're just gonna go through all these and make sure they all get an equal amount of build drills. Boom, there we go. All right, so 11 or 12 build drills through all the guns. Let's get my phone out so we can record here. Okay, that's recording. And first one up here, I gotta find the laser. There it is. There we go, need to be in the shade. So it's bouncing between 121, 120, and 123, 124. Trying to see when it's going to stop. Let's go 122.5. So 122.5 on the fuse. And then same spot here on the Legion. Where am I at? Right at the end of the slide there. In the same spot for a 10, what's it going to stop at? 107 is where it's stopping. And then last but not least, the stock X macro setup. Sorry, my screen's going dark on me, I can't see. Is that 120, 116 now? Where are you gonna stop at here? It's like all over the place on this one. Same spot as the other one. I'm at a 1. It's bouncing between 114, 115. 112.5. Okay. So yeah, guys, we're talking over a 10-degree difference between the 3 different variants, and I think that's just gonna be because these slide serrations here are cut so deep and thick. It's cool, it's nice, it looks good. You know, the thing is, for me, coming out to a range day, if I was just doing 12 bill drills, you know, that's what, 72 rounds? I'm shooting a lot more than 72 rounds with any gun I come out here and shoot. My carry setup, any of these. So, you know, as you guys are out shooting this thing, is that a deal breaker? I don't know. That first day that we shot it, it definitely got to the point where it was very difficult to touch. So, right now, you know, I guess if I'm putting a little bit of time between each bill drill, I'd be okay with how the heat's going with it. Let's try. I'm going to load up the mags that came with the Fuse, so the 21 rounders, and I want to test those and see if all the bugs and kinks worked out with that in regards to the feed ramp as well. All right, guys, I got 2 of the 21 round 365 mags loaded up, and I'm just going to burn it down, both of them, mag dump it. So at 72 plus 42, it's going to give me, what is that, 114? Here we go. Nice. Lock back, perfect function, good to see it. Little birthday bump there. Oh, got 1 stoppage. All right, definitely working a lot better. Manageable. Oh, that side's super hot. Let's see what that is right there. Lock this back. So touching right on the slide here. It's at a 128, 130, 132. So yeah, on the top of the slide here, it is wicked hot, guys. It's 130 degrees on the top there. So that's what I'm talking about, where it kind of gets hot. So, but yeah, I'm glad that it's functioning. I definitely like the addition of these new 21 rounder mag. Ooh, shit, see? And then the slide stop. Let's see. Can I even get on that without? It is so hard to get. See where the laser is exactly pointing. 107.5. So definitely transfers to the other metal parts of the gun, but I mean, yeah, to me, I'm not a fan of that heat, guys. That is a deal breaker for me. If it's not for you, like right now, holding that isn't working at 130 degrees. Let me do this again. I'm gonna shoot 2 more mags through it, see if we can get them to run flawlessly without that little failure to feed, and then I'll get my phone out and record because I want you guys to see the temp on the top that I just talked about. All right, got both the 21 rounders loaded up again, and let's see if we can get flawless function here. Good there, lock back, everything. Second mag. So something up with the second mag that I have. There we go. All right, now let me get my phone out because I want you guys to see what I am talking about in regards to the heat here. So let me lean the gun like this, that way I can come in here and get this readout for you guys. Where's that laser? There we go. Where'd you go? So you guys can see on the top of the slide, we're at 140 degrees, guys. So yes, this thing definitely heats up way more than the other guns. And we're talking about, what? 72 rounds plus 21 plus 21 plus 21 plus 21. So 156 rounds, and we got a gun that has a slide that's 140 degrees, and that heat just transfers along this slide to all your other metal components. You'll start to feel the heat to the trigger. On our weapon light earlier we did, even though it's got the polymer base between it. So all right, that's our scientific testing out here. So I'm okay with, you know, that one mag, since the other mag is functioning flawlessly. Like, I'm sure that'll work its way in. So I appreciate, you know, Sig QCing that and getting that feed ramp back into play. The heat, to me though, that's a deal breaker for me. I really do like this gun, but you know, I'm somebody that comes out, if I'm training with a gun, I'm going to at least shoot 250 rounds through it. And at 156 rounds, and not even 156 rounds, you know, consecutively, we did the bill drills spaced out evenly. I think that was more than adequate time for between each bill drill. You know, when I'm on the range, I'm typically running a drill and then hitting the timer again and again and again. So going in and out of the holster, you're definitely going to start to feel it. You know, if you touch your skin with this, the back of the slide, it's, to describe it, it's that heat where I can grab it, but after about 3 seconds I have to let go because it starts to burn. So that's where the rear of the slide is. But the front of the slide, that's immediate burn right now at 140 degrees. So my final thoughts with the guys, like, I think 3 weeks sending it out to Sig, having them, they paid for the shipping to them and back to me. They called. I will say this, I'm calling BS on the whole, like, hey, people are shooting these more since they're similar to full-size guns. I think that's, I'm just going to call it what it is. I think that's a lame excuse. I do think that the heat is coming from the design of having the serrations thicker. The serrations are purposeful. I do like them aesthetically and functionally. They look better than the stock ones that come with it, but maybe not so deep. Maybe a different metal. I'm not an engineer. I'm not sure on that. So the heat for me is a deal breaker. I did buy this gun, so it'll end up going in the shop just to be used for holster fitment. So we do offer holsters for the Sig Fuse. And understand this too, guys, I want to go over this. So I got a bunch of comments that there was a crap ton of people that had the same exact issues that I was having, but there was also people who are like, hey man, I have no issues with mine. Clearly you're just a Sig hater and all this other shit. Guys, I have over 10 videos on Sig. Sig has not given me a single product. I've bought everything that I have. If you see a Sig product that's been on the channel, I've paid for it, which I'm happy to. Like I said, I carry a Sig 365 setup. It's one of my favorite EDC guns with an Icarus grip and an FDS slide and barrel. You guys remember one of our first viral videos was that, you know, crazy Parker Mountain machine comped P320 we did. We compared it to an STI DVCP. So all the haters with all this nonsense of, oh, you're just a Sig hater, and that has nothing to do with it, guys. Please just educate yourself and watch our channel. I just wanted to come on here. When this got released, I saw it. I went and purchased one because I was excited about it. I like the longer barrel length. I like that you're getting almost 100 feet per second more with this new barrel that they have out. I'm just not a fan of the slide that they're using because it gets really, really hot, especially for what I do. If you're somebody that comes out, you zero your gun and you don't really train with it, maybe, you know, maybe you train with a different Sig and you carry this one because you like the weight and the feel and the velocity out of the barrel. But, you know, like if I was to carry this in a defensive scenario, like I'm not going to be shooting 156 rounds, so I should be fine. You know, honestly, with where it is right now, I'd probably be fine. It's just that for me, as much training as I do, I wouldn't enjoy the heat. The heat would become more of an annoyance. But other than that, appreciate Sig getting it handled. This will go into the shop as a holster fitment gun. Like I said, we do offer the Sig 365 Fuse holster options at qvotactical.com. If you guys have any questions, anything, leave it down below. I did want to come out here and give you guys a part 2 video. You know, these videos do cost us money to make, so please understand, like when we come out to do part 2, we don't really have it in the schedule. This is a bonus video because I do want to give you guys an update. We honestly hope that when we bring guns out, they all just function, but we understand everybody's human, things happen. I appreciate Sig, you know, getting this thing fixed up and dialed in. And yeah, again, appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for everything, and I'll see you in the next one. Now for you guys that stay after the credits, check out this little bonus footage. I was talking about aftermarket support. So imagine, you know, a 365 Icarus, you know, new, one of their frames that has the length here, or even just like this, but with the fuse slide and maybe a TLR7HLX instead of this sub. But this configuration, You know, I'm happy to see like aftermarket support that's gonna be coming out. I'm pretty interested to see, you know, what FDES, what guys like Mischief Machine maybe do, if anything different with their grip modules, but FDES may be making a Fuse length slide. They already make the slide length, that's what I carry here, but it's kind of like an XL barrel with the built-in comp port here on the slide. It'd be cool to see if FDES come out with a full length Fuse 4.3-inch barrel slide. But I'm just gonna do a mag dump for you guys here, and let's see how this feels. So all metal Icarus grip with a Fuse 365 4.3-inch barrel and slide. Oh, it helps if I load it. This is why it's bonus footage, guys. Oh, that feels really good. Being able to hit these ledges here and push down. Woo! And we got lock back. Slide's a little hot, but yeah, imagine this as an option. I think that would be pretty cool. So, William over at FDES, man, let's see a Fuse 365 full length slide. Hey-o!